Hollywood is a machine built to grind human lives into profit and bury the remains beneath red carpets and studio press releases. In 1935, the freezing wilderness of Alaska served as the killing floor for a scandal that executives fought tooth and nail to erase from history. Production on The Call of the Wild threw together 34-year-old Clark Gable and 22-year-old Loretta Young. Gable was married, arrogant, and sitting comfortably on the throne as the biggest box office king in the world. Young was packaged by the studio system as America's pristine, deeply Catholic porcelain doll. Miles away from the watchful eyes of gossip columnists and studio censors, the sub-zero temperatures and forced isolation on location acted as a catalyst. A reckless, passionate affair ignited between the co-stars before the cameras even finished rolling. The immediate result was an unwanted pregnancy. In the iron-fisted studio era of the 1930s, this outcome meant total annihilation. Major film contracts included strict morality clauses that allowed studio bosses to tear up agreements instantly if an actor brought public scandal to the brand. An unmarried mother carrying a married man's child faced permanent exile from the silver screen. Survival demanded an industrial-scale cover-up. Loretta vanished from Hollywood under the fake medical excuse of a nervous exhaustion breakdown. She fled to Europe and the American East while hiding the advancing physical evidence of her condition. On November 6, 1935, she gave birth to a baby girl named Judy in absolute secrecy. The newborn was immediately treated like contraband. Within weeks, the infant was dumped into a revolving door of foster homes and orphanages, stripped of her identity to protect a multi-million-dollar box office machine. 19 months later, Loretta executed a psychological masterclass in public deception. She returned to Hollywood with a triumphant smile, stepped before the press, and announced that she had heroically adopted an orphan girl. Powerful gossip columnists like Luella Parsons acted as willing megaphones for this fabricated narrative. The entire industry looked the other way because the studio system relied on the shared illusion of star perfection. Genetics proved to be an impossible enemy to outrun. As little Judy grew older, she developed Clark Gable's unmistakable facial structure and his signature protruding ears. Paranoia gripped Loretta as the resemblance became too glaring to ignore. When the child reached roughly 7 years of age, her terrified mother forced her through a painful, traumatic plastic surgery procedure designed to pin back her ears and erase the obvious biological stamp of the most famous actor on Earth. Clark Gable demonstrated Olympic-level cowardice throughout the entire ordeal. He refused to shatter his marriage or risk his reigning box office status. A single bizarre encounter occurred in 1950 when Gable visited Loretta's home during an unrelated production. Judy stood face-to-face with her biological father without knowing the truth. The actor kissed her on the forehead and walked out of her life forever, keeping his guilty knowledge buried. The truth leaked out in drops of agony over the decades. A young fiancé finally whispered the open Hollywood secret to 23-year-old Judy, breaking the spell of silence. Decades of maternal denial shattered completely in 1966 when Judy cornered Loretta face-to-face. Tears finally broke the aging actress down, forcing her to admit the reality with a chilling confession that the child was her living sin. Final public vindication arrived decades later through posthumous memoirs, family confessions, and official acknowledgments. Gable and Young never spoke of the catastrophe again. Their connection dissolved the instant production wrapped, and the pregnancy test confirmed their ruin. Hollywood demanded absolute silence as the price of admission, and they paid that price with human collateral. The studio system consumed their humanity and spat out a clean, sanitizing lie for the masses to consume, proving that the monsters in the dark were the executives sitting safely behind the studio gates.